Welcome back to Grumpy's Garage. Thanks for watching and subscribing. I do try to answer all the comments, which I think I have. I'm not sure how I'm going to go after this video with the prize giveaway. But anyway, this one is all about me getting this car cleaned and patinaed. I have done mechanical work on it because I will take the car for a drive at the end of the video. You all know that I was having brake problems and I was also having fuel pump problems. I'll address those in the next video, which will be the last video on this car, so it may take me a little bit longer. I'll put up a Camaro video, which I've got to get up and running and get rid of that because I don't really like the car anyway. I'm a Holden guy. So watch all the way to the end and I'll explain to you what's going on with the Z-Wagon. Thanks for watching, guys. Watch till the end. Do all that crazy algorithm stuff. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, whatever. Takes you a couple of seconds, costs you nothing. Cheers. Check those bad boys out, eh? So you can't go wrong with Stanley screwdrivers. I mean, I'm always searching for my screwdrivers. I'm halfway through renovating this shed when this car come along, and look at that. This is gear wrench. I mean, sometimes I've got to wear glasses, and look how easy they are to read. So I think I'm going to get myself a set of this as well. But anyway, they're all nice and neatly packed. Now the competition rules for this: thumbs up, comment, which I will try and answer every single comment, and subscribe. And then I'll put it into the YouTube randomizer for somebody to pick. Now it might take me a little bit to get back to you and try and contact you. That I don't know how to do. So, but YouTube, I'll Google it, and I'll get these sent out to the winner. First wash in 15 years. Let's see how clean we can get this. So all these edges, pretty built up grime and dust and dirt, and I'm not sure if it's rust. It's going to be nicely patinaed. To tell you the truth, guys, I have absolutely no idea how this car is going to turn out. Now, there's literally thousands of patina videos out there. Thousands of them. And if you watch that 1,500 of them contradict the other 500. So the only way to do it was take a little piece of that, believe a little bit of this, and then have a crack. So this is what I'm up to at the moment. So that's the roof of the car. It's like that all the way. Now, I tried a green Scotch-Brite. Now I'm onto the red Scotch-Brite because the green one just wasn't heavy enough. This is the corner of the roof that I've done. Now that's coming out quite easily with the red one. Still a bit of elbow grease, so let's keep going. Might actually get a little bit of colour on this roof again. So once I started scrubbing, took a bit of elbow grease, but I realised most of this was just baked on dust and quite hard to get off. But anyway, crack at it. Righto, so that's actually bringing colour back, which I didn't think there'd be any colour under it whatsoever. So this is just the old H-Series undercoat, the Holden undercoat coming through, which is called Patina. So I keep going. That might take an hour or so to do that whole roof. And I'll get back to you once I've done it. And anyway, so far, so good. Oh, I tried this because that kept coming up on YouTube videos. The CLR Clear didn't make any difference from the old CT18 truck wash. Anyway, it's coming up brand new, guys. It's better than new. Well, I've been scrubbing for a little while, and I must say I was not expecting any colour to be under that roof whatsoever. Obviously I've got to finish the rest of that off, and that's just with the red Scotch-Brites, elbow grease. That's going to bit of satin on that. That's going to look beautiful. Right, back on the patina of this car. I worked pretty hard to try and nail that roof yesterday. Geez, it was grimy, but I'm very impressed with how it came up. I wasn't expecting any paint, but it's got paint and it's got patina. Well, you can't create that. I mean, that's better than factory. So I've just got this little section of the roof to go, and then I'll start doing the rest of the car, get that all prepped. Now, I've got to get the bonnet on. The underside of the bonnet's been done. Do this cow. I'll get all this nailed. Hopefully today, most of this patina will be done. I might try and knock some of these larger dents out of the car. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this tailgate. So we have got a hole in here, but I like it. It's all been rust treated. I might put a sticker over that for the road webby, but don't tell anybody. So anyway, I'm just trying to organise what products I'm going to be putting on that vehicle. Like I said, there's millions of videos out there and what you can put on it, how to treat it, and still to this day, and I'm only a few days off doing it, I still have no idea. But I'll have a crack at it, and remember, this is how I did it, not how you want to do it, but this is how I did it. So let's get into getting the rest of this cleaned. Okay, so my mixture was just the CT18 truck wash in there. Now, the CLR Clear done nothing. These Scotch Brights, you buy them in packs of 3. You can get them from Bunnings or your Auto Pro shops or whatever. But they're expensive. They're like $12. Now, I went to a nut and bolt joint, and they had these in boxes. I brought all those 2 piles. I think cost me $20 for all those. So it's worth looking around because you do go through quite a lot of them. Okay, so all that, what looked like rust and mud and all that, all the hard stuff has now all been taken off with the Scotch Brite. So right around the cow area, you can see them previous shots. So she's come up very dusty, very milky. So now I'm just going to go slight running water and the grey Scotch Brite. Ordinarily when you wash a car you'd use a soft rag. That's what I'm going to wash the car with this. Probably going to do it twice. That should get rid of all this sooty stuff off of the car. And then, so the second wash with the grey Scotch Brite, as you can see, that hasn't been washed, that side. This side has, and it is taking off all those squeaks and the other ground in dirt. So let's keep going, we're nearly there. We'll just have a walk around while she dries off. And this is what we've got. Fair bit of patinaing on the guard there. A lot of crow's feet, as you can see, right through. Neither here nor there. The bonnet's in really nice shape. Paint's coming off the cows. No rust in those guards at all. The driver's side door, it's not too bad. There's no rust coming out in it. Do have a tiny little bit going on here, so I'm not sure what's going on there. All easy repairs. The rear door, obviously it has a scratch, nice scratch running across there. It shows up really well in the shadow. It's not really as deep as it should be. Driver's side quarter. Now we have a dent down here, not that hard to take out, and we have rust down there. Basic, easy stuff to repair. Come across to the tailgate. Tailgate is beautiful and straight. It is just starting to get the rust in it. It's got a rust hole here. Sorry about the shadow, I'll come around the other way. Got the rust hole here. You do have reinforcing bracings come down here. So it's starting there and it's starting there, either side of those braces. So it will get a lower skin. This back quarter, well, it's not bad. It is a bit all over the shop. You can feel it. It does need work. Now this door here, the rust right there. So that's got to be
treated and cut out. Apart from that, no dents in that back door at all. That's the only thing. This passenger side door, same thing. Absolute no dents in it whatsoever. No rust, no dents. This is the worst guard. Look at that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it is what it is. But again, no rust. Roof, well, I wasn't expecting to see any colour on that roof whatsoever. But that Scotch Brite brought that out beautiful. It's got the patina and surface rust starting, so that's got to be treated before I patina it. So let's let that dry for a couple of hours, and then I'll patina it, and I'll come back to you and show you what I'm using, how I'm going about it, and what it's going to look like. So just doing a bit of a before and after look on this. Now, a lot of this paint that you can see, I just was not expecting any of it to be on the car. I thought most of it was just rust, and I might have had to touch it up with a bit of paint, but mate, grouse. Righto, so this is what I am using after searching YouTube and looking at all kinds of different patina stuff. I think that this one looked the best. Now, obviously everything looks good on YouTube, because even I look good on YouTube, so I'm not really, you know, and if it's on YouTube, you got to believe it as well. So anyway, I'm going to chuck some on and let's see how it looks. Well, you know I'm getting serious because I've actually put gloves on, but didn't know how much to put on or how to put it on or anything like that. I just went for it, just with a rag, soak the rag, chuck it on. When it started getting too thick, I just sort of like wiped it out a little bit, and it came up really, really glossy, and I thought, oh no, I don't want gloss. But anyway, the end result was pretty good in the end. So I did only do one coat, a good coat over the whole car, and it seemed to come up all right, and it was dulling off not too bad in the sun. So I put it back in the shed and had a look at it the next day. It looked good. This video is not sponsored by Penetrol. Righto, so that, my friends, is Penetrol, and it is dying down. Set that bonnet up. Have a look at that. It's just, it's not shiny. It's like a matte colour. Put a film over it. Let that dry right off, I suppose, and see how it goes. As it feels now, feels good actually. It's not sticky, but like I said, I'll let it dry right off. Just hit a little bit of the engine bay, just across there. I mean, you put that on top of the normal paint that wasn't Scotch Brited, oh my god, looks like you've just polished it. But I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. And the roof, quite happy. So no instructions on the can obviously for patinaing cars. Maybe they should put it on there. So I'll let you know. We'll let that sit probably for the rest of the day. Come back to it tomorrow and re-look at it tomorrow and see what it's all dried out like. But as it's going, I tell you what, that was only $39 I think from Bunnings for 1 litre, and I reckon I've only used 100 ml out of it. Goes a long, long way. So whether I've got to put another coat on or not, I'll let you know. So this is the next day, but it did sit in the shed. I didn't leave it outside. Chucked the bars and that on. The car's running at the moment, so I'm going to take it for a drive. But as it turned out, I still reckon that's a little bit too shiny for what I was after. But I'll let it dull down, let it sit for a few weeks and see what it comes up like. Well, the transmission's dripping, leaking out of, I'm not quite sure where it's coming out of, but I reckon I'm going to have to pull it out. But I'm taking this car for a drive anyway, regardless. Now, just for all those back crack and sack waxing do-gooders out there, this car is fully registered and I'm only driving it on private owned roads. And we are off. Well, speedo's working anyway. Fuel gauge isn't, but see, I know that temperature gauge won't because it's not wired up. Oh, and she stopped. Not quite sure why that stopped. Yeah, that transmission is knackered. Looks like the transmission's going in for a rebuild, and it looks like we are about to stop again. And we stopped again. So, thanks for watching. You made it to the end of the video. Don't forget about that competition. Thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. The rules and conditions are all down in the algorithm, or whatever you call it, down the bottom when you scroll through. If you can be bothered reading it, no big rules to it. Not open to anybody overseas because the kit is quite heavy. It's going to cost a fair bit of money just to deliver in Australia only. Sorry about that, guys. Now the HZ. I haven't failed, but the transmission needs to come back out and I need to find out where that leak's coming from. I've got a suspicion it might be cracked between the bow housing and the actual box itself. So until I pull it out, I don't know if there's a seal in there whatsoever, but whilst she's out, might as well get it rebuilt. So that's going to take a couple of weeks to get back. Now the carby on it, I cannot get a tune on there. I need to put a kit through it. I mean, I can get the car to idles beautifully, but I can't get any power out of it whatsoever. She just dies on her ass and wants to choke out. So whether it's a big vacuum leak or whatever, I'm not that smart. Somebody else is going to do that for me. Then we can do the rego, the roadworthy and the rego. And apart from that, roof lining's got to go in, just those basic things. So next video, this HZ will be done and dusted and on to the next project, which I've got to go down to Melbourne and pick it up. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. Subscribe and watch later. Thanks for watching.